Man, these organic portals are getting so bad. Are you guys getting this as well? Like, it's just all increasing. All the psychopathy is increasing. It's crazy. It's so stuffed up, man. It's a psychopathy for control. And it's definitely ego relative. It's like the height of the ego, eh? Just before I was at the shop, and like these people and me were kind of at the counter at the same time, and I was putting just my food there, like stacking it up, getting ready to, go through the checkout. And they're like, let me go in front of them. They're definitely OPs. They're like all chubby and fucked up. Don't take care of themselves, just parasites. And no wonder they energy steal like parasites, right? That's not symbiosis. They're not symbionts to the planet. They're parasites to the planet. That's why I'm sure it's their apocalypse, even though it seems like they're going to be in control for the next 20 years. It's going to appear like it's hopeless because of the techno dystopia they're setting up. Have you seen it? Facial recognition's going in worldwide. America, France, UK. China's leading the way in this. They've brought it to Venezuela as well. And if it's happening there, it's going to, propagate through South America down here to Uruguay and everything. So that system's being set up. It'll all be done by 2030, that's for sure. I definitely agree with David Icke when he says that. It'll all be done by 2030. This next decade's going to be revealing. It's like them putting their little, all the stuff we knew from the last 2 to 3, 4, 5 decades, they're putting it all, implementing it all, putting it all into place, Complete control grid. It's going to be psycho. And if you watched Truth Stream Media, I think the Aaron Dykes and Melissa Dykes are doing a really good job of covering all this. They had a really good video I watched the other day. It's from about 3 or 4 months ago on how, the progress in China is going along. 200 billion cameras. I'm pretty sure it's billion with a B. If it's not, it's 200 million cameras. I can't even remember now, but I think it might be 200 million with an M. I thought it was billion, I can't remember, but still 200 million cameras. It's a lot. Right? And there's going to be 200 billion with a B connected devices on this planet soon. That'll be the case. Think about how many iPhones and stuff are in your family, you know what I mean? So it's not just one per person, and 7 billion. It's going to be more. There's going to be just 100 billion connected devices, and the AI is going to be reaching through all that. It's all real. So, I don't know, they were in this video showing where China is up to. Some people basically this is how it works, this social scoring system. It's very easy for you to lose your social standing. Say you start with 5 points, and I don't know, you do something wrong, you go down to 4.5, then your friends, because they're associated with you, a lower social score, credit score person, for being an outstanding citizen and a compliant robotic person. This is where every country in the world is going, for sure. Australia would be probably the best place to go because there's so much distance. They're not going to be able to infrastructure Australia. It's impossible. It's too far and too much distance to cover between. You can always hide in the bush there. Although they're, going to have all the satellites with live feeds, like I showed you that video the other day. Where within half an hour they can get a feed of anywhere on Earth. And so if you're living in the bush and they see you with the satellite, or if it's really even a satellite, then they're going to have the whole Earth viewed, so there's going to be nowhere to hide. And the point is, yes, to grow your off-grid skills, but that's not the way. The way is to infiltrate their concentric circles and transmute them from within. So I have a feeling my path is, why I've studied IT and stuff, is to probably go into their system and go in deep into big organizations and stuff. I don't know. I don't know for sure, but this could be one way I could think of my path, because you're meant to transmute them from within. It's the only way we're gonna, defeat them. You won't defeat them by, being a little rebel sect and faction off to the side. You're just gonna get squashed more and more into like hellious sort of living. It's not a way, you know what I mean? So the real way is to infiltrate them, pretend, yeah, you guys are okay, and, feed the novelty to them in a way that it destroys their own system. It's the only way it's going to work. And anyway, I was watching that video, and in China, it's like, once you're down, say, a little bit on your social credit score, then your friends don't want to be associated with you because they look worse for being associated with someone with a low social credit score. You see, and then you get no friends, and it goes down more. Then you're down at 4, and it just drops like this. Is crazy, and people are dying over there in China because they're getting pushed right out of the system. You're only allowed to like order tickets on the lowest class part of the train or something. Watch the video, it's insane. Like, I can't believe they're actually doing it. Definitely the if you look at the what's his name, Xi Ping or whatever, the Chinese leader, he's definitely like reptilian energy. Look at his movements and eyes, how they move. Very interesting. And definitely all hindbrain activity, no mammalian complex. There's no vision. It's, oh, we have to control, and that's all that reptilian R complex, and definitely no further higher function. And there's something seriously wrong with their brains. But yeah, have you noticed it's getting worse, getting way worse? Like, I mean, the daily activity, these people in the line before, they let me like go, and then I'm like, okay, so if you let me go, you got to be patient and wait. So I'm doing my shopping, and then I had to ask the shop lady, because she's the owner, I'm like, hey, can you order in stevia? Watch my other video on it. I'm being pushed away from stevia by the Hive mind because it's the opposite of sugar. That's a huge thing. Huge, way bigger than you're playing it off as, because stevia is like the exact replacement for sugar. You can put it in your water and yet get a sweet hit. Yeah, there's other methods, like the other main method is fruit, obviously. Fruit sugars, so that you avoid, your refined sugars more. So at the moment, it's been difficult because I've been trying to get stevia, and you've got to watch one of my other videos. They're pushing me out of these shops. It's like a hive mind action. So I'm down to my last shop, and because I had problems at the others. I videoed one of them too. The lady tried to rip me off, so it wasn't me creating the problem, it's them. So anyway, videoed that. The police had to come and everything. If I get my computer, I'll be putting that footage together. But so I'm in the line, and then I'm asking like the question, oh, I forgot a mozzie coil, get me a mozzie coil, and they start getting super impatient. It's like 2 extra questions. I'm not going to be there all day. He almost freaking shoved me out of the way, you know what I mean? Just like start putting his food there. I just ignored him completely because I can't fuck with this last shop. I have to have it, otherwise I have to go really far. And then I'm asking, hey, can you get the stevia? It's from the same brand that all your teas are from. And I already asked, and now asked her, the owner. She said, oh, yeah, okay, I'll ask, I'll see. I have a feeling it's not going to turn up. Because stevia actually heals, half of these things associated with sugar problems. Everything from like Lyme disease to diabetes. It's not well studied yet, but I can already see the effects. I already know. So what's interesting is that it seems to be getting all worse, like their disrespect for us and everything, for the soul spirits. We're eternal spirits, that's what we are. It's going to be a better idea to talk about it like that than saying soulless humans, because it's too many religious people on earth. They don't understand the concept of not having an individuated soul. They don't understand the dimensions in any religion, so that they don't understand the idea of a 2D group soul or a group soul. They just don't get it. That's why you have these erroneous people making organic portal videos, and they say, oh, it's not that they don't have a soul. With no proof, they just make that claim. You know what I mean? We're starting to prove the opposite. How it can be that someone is soulless. But they don't even come with any proof behind their claims. So it's better if we say we're eternal spirits, and I think that's what the deal is. I've got a video coming, Organic Portal's Immortal Soul versus Eternal Spirits. It's a big hour-long video. That's just part one. Guys, you got to support this because we've got this hacker now mass disliking me. So if you don't hit the like button just because you viewed the video, I'm going to be gone soon. And I'm not going anywhere bad. I'm simply going to retire to bliss in paradise. It's called Surfer's Paradise, Gold Coast, Australia. That's my backup plan. It's not like I, go into a bad situation. And I get to just go on the dole and get free money. So it's not like I'm going into a bad position. And like I'm so super desperate. I'm out here enjoying myself. You guys are tripping. I get to go back to Surfer's Paradise. Think about it. Anyway, so you have to support me because we got this Robert Magic guy now, this hacker, who also is Mark Robber. Did you see that comment under the videos like just yesterday? And he's clearly got multiple accounts. He's mass disliking. So if you guys are going to view a few dislikes on the video and go, oh, I can't make a decision, then I'm out of here. And I'm only going to retire to bliss with my knowledge, and you're going to be there in confusion. So if you don't want to be confused and you want to know, then help me out. I'm trying to help you out. So it seems to me that this stuff is getting worse. And one other thing I wanted to get into this video was robotic portals. I was going to make a whole video on this, but it's going to be too short, so I might as well shove it in here. Robotic portals are always trying to be your friend. Remember, I've said they get close to you and stuff. They get close to spiritual movements, insert themselves in the core and stuff it up from, the core. And that's how I know as well that we need to basically do that strategy back to the system. It's not about running away and going off grid, running away into higher dimensions or something. We have to actually infiltrate the concentric circles and transmute and change it from within. Yep, the way it always works, the way it works with you and yourself as well. See? That's how I know. It's a concurrent theme because it's, part of the indigo revolution. It's just how the universe works, right? From the inside out. And that's why we say that they're only the surface and the surface virus. Anyway, the robotic portals, they're getting close to you and they're training now. The AI is trying to train like as many humans as it can. You need to watch that video by True Stream Media. It's so scary what one of the guys says in the Chinese re-education camps. Crazy. They like all acting like they want to be there. He's like, yeah, the policeman told me that I'm like out of normalcy. I'm not like normal. And he's like, yeah, I'm happy now that I'm a normal person. It's so far gone at this point. There's absolutely no saving those type of people. The full, unconscious, full influential organic portal, They're the 2D ones that don't even have their own third dimensional sovereign seed point of sovereignty, you see? So they're just completely able to be manipulated by the robotic portals. So the reason I wanted to talk about this as well, this little robotic portal segment, is I just saw these two kids playing with like a soccer ball here. And one of them, the whole time he's been here, like the last 2 days, it just gives me like stares. Does the solar stare. Like, I don't know what he's doing. Why is he looking at me like that? It's so interesting. It's only relative to what we're talking about. There's no other explanation for it. It's that they're trying to push you, and also it's the hive mind observing you through them unconsciously, like they are unconscious of it, and it's the hive mind looking at you through them. That's what it is. They don't even realize they're doing it, and if you stare at them, they go, oh, that then they realize what they're doing, because you like look at them like, what are you doing? And they go, oh, what am I doing? They snap back into the tiniest bit of consciousness. So that's how I know it's the hive mind, like looking at you through them. So anyway, they're playing with the ball. He kicks it past his friend, which I think, is a dumb shit organic portal, and I think he is robotic portalized. So I'm not sure if this kid was an actual robotic portal. It seems like it. It seems like it, but it could be just an organic portal with the devices and implants in him. And that's what I mean. The robotic portals are now taking over. They're like the direct AI, the direct hive mind, right? The robotic portals. They're the real issue. The organic portals are like just this dumb mass, ready to be manipulated. So he kicks the ball past his friend, and his friend, like, I thought maybe for a second might be a soul human, and it's possible because he like waved the ball goodbye, because he didn't kick it. The other guy did. And then, obviously the robotic portal just I was watching this, I was like, what? So he kicks the ball past his friend turns around, watches the ball go, and like waves at it, because he's realized, well, I didn't do it, you have to go get the ball. But the robotic portal kid didn't go get it, made the soul get it, waste his energy, right? You see it? So they're pretending to be a friend, like they were pretending to play soccer, but really it was a harvesting session and a training session of how to act, like how to be psychopathic and all this. And it's all done, like very subconsciously. I could see this other kid like sort of understood what was going on, but not really. Like still, he's not passed through the veil, you know what I mean? If he was a soul. If. The way he waved at the ball goodbye, I'm thinking maybe he was a soul, because it was like a smart-ass action. But he's just like too unveiled, you know what I mean? He doesn't have this information, he doesn't understand what's going on. He probably just thinks his friend's a bit weird, And like, because we're souls, we have compassion. It's like, oh, okay, he's just a bit weird. I'll put up with it for now, you know what I mean? Because he's not aware of what's actually going on. So actually it wasn't a little soccer game session, it was a harvesting session and a training session. Anyway, I just wanted to say that they're getting just worse and worse.